Things might still be a little slick today for people driving through Horace after a water main break swamped a city street. City crews spent much of the day cleaning it all up. Water was back on late yesterday, and the hole in the road has since been repaired. But there is still a lot of ice around the area of that break.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Bedeau here with Jordan Schreier. We're getting started now with your nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. New this morning, people who ignored warnings and left their cars on the avenues in downtown Fargo overnight will find their vehicles gone today. The city ordered all cars off of east-west roads overnight so snowplow drivers could clean up after the weekend storm. And cars that were not moved were towed starting at 2 a.m. Police, tow trucks, and snowplows all worked in that area between 1st Avenue South and 6th Avenue North from 2nd Street to University Drive.
The same thing will be going on overnight into Tuesday morning on North-South Streets in that downtown area. Towing will start again at 2 tomorrow morning. You can use city ramps and lots, and overnight you could also park on the avenues that were just cleared this morning.
It will be a cold walk if you don't have a car this morning. 10 minutes before 7, let's get a check of that storm team forecast with Lisa Green.
That's for sure. We're looking at conditions that are going to be pretty frigid. You're probably still working on cleaning up yourself in places because we got so much drifting that happened with this event. We got a good amount of snow. A lot of us reporting that 4 to 6 inch range, but it was really that wind that was the biggest problem with this one. We had big drifts. This is just one of the many photos you guys have sent us, and in case you missed it, this was sent to us from Mandy. She said her fiance was out shoveling in their driveway and he was standing in a 3-foot snow drift there, but she said drifts were about as high as 5 feet in the Walcott area there, and so that's going to take some time to dig out from for sure. And temperatures are going to be tough doing that today. We're looking at some numbers into the teens below zero. It's 14 below in Fargo, 16 below in Grand Forks, 18 below in Wahpeton and in Crookston. So all of us on the frigid side. Wind chills aren't that much different in some spots because the wind is so light, but there are places where we have just enough where we immediately drop quite a bit. And so our wind chills in places like Wahpeton and Gwinner down to 31 below. Same thing in the Langdon area. So frigid weather to start off the day. Any little bit of wind is going to send your wind chills down into that dangerous range. Most of us reporting good visibility. We've got clear skies in most areas except in the northeast. We're looking at visibility down to a 1/4 mile in Roseau and in Thief River Falls. In Badette, we're at a 1/2 mile there, and there are other places reporting some low visibility thanks to some fog that's developed in northwest Minnesota. So today, your hour-by-hour planner is showing more of the same, essentially. Clear skies, but quite cold. We're looking at temperatures by noon still below zero in a lot of spots. And heading into the afternoon, we're trying to warm things up a little bit, but it's not going to be a very mild day today. We'll see that wind gradually increase out of the south, and that's going to be the big difference maker for us heading into the rest of the week. It's going to feel chilly now and into Tuesday as well, but those temperatures will be on the rise and that milder air mass will be in place into tomorrow morning. So we start off the day tomorrow above zero in most areas, and we continue that trend through the rest of the week. 20s ahead of us here, and one chance for snow so far, it looks like on Thursday, with a better weekend ahead. And now for a look at traffic, here's Devin Fry with the Valley Today's Traffic on the Move.
Thank you, Lisa. We're going to be finishing up this hour on I-94. We are turning off of 45th Street now and heading on to that interstate. Now, the traffic flow has been increasing slowly but surely since this morning. It started off a little bit busier than what we're normally faced with, and it has just been building up more consistently, which is good news. That's really how you want the traffic flow to build up. You don't want it to slam out all at once. So, good news for your morning commute there. Now, as far as road conditions go, roads are slick pretty much wherever you're going to go this morning, and here on the interstates, it's mainly just some spots that are a little bit more slick than others. Over the Red River Bridge, for example, pretty slick. You can see the ice very clearly when we're over there. Now, there are some areas such as the side roads, 45th Street, for example, which I was just on, still a little bit more snow covered, but nothing like the crazy drifts we had at the end of last week. We're going to keep checking out the roadways in the next hour on the Fargo CW, but for now, for your traffic on the move, I'm Devin Fry.
A family from the Southern Valley is trying to figure out the next steps to take after a massive shed fire wiped out nearly everything they own. It took just minutes to lose decades worth of work. Four-wheelers, plows, motorcycles, welders, tools. Everything that you need to run a farm is now gone.
By the time J.C. Glassby made it home from work and firefighters got to the farm, the entire building was up in flames. Damage is in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and an electrical issue is to blame.
And you never really, truly know how sorry you are for someone until it happens to you. And then you know. It's quite emotional.
There is a GoFundMe set up, and there is a benefit coming up next month to raise money for the family.
Now, we do have links posted online. Just visit valleynewslive.com or our Valley News Live news app. Another fire destroyed a home and one outbuilding in a different part of the Southern Valley.
Several local fire departments were called in to fight flames at the house fire just south of Fairmont, North Dakota yesterday morning. Officials say no one was hurt when it started, and investigators are still looking for the cause. The New York Times is endorsing not one, but two candidates for the Democratic nomination for president. And Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar is one of them. Her fellow U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren from Massachusetts was also endorsed by the paper yesterday.
Editors say they picked the two most effective candidates from the moderate and progressive sides of the party. The Times noted age and his occasional gaffes on why former Vice President Joe Biden was not selected, adding that they think it's time for Biden to pass the torch to a new generation of political leaders.
The Minnesota State Patrol will soon be more prepared for homeless people they encounter. More than 600 troopers across the state will be carrying care kits to give to homeless people who need clothes, food, and toiletries. They're working to put them together and get them in squad cars by February 1st. The kits will include socks, t-shirts, toothpaste, hand wipes, feminine products, protein bars, and water.
It's a sign of the times. The Minnesota State Fair is getting metal detectors at all of its gates. The process to get into the fair will be similar to what you experience at other big venues like the Xcel Energy Center and U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Several other state fairs have been using metal detectors for years, including Wisconsin and Texas. Human trafficking is happening more often than we would like to think.
And that's why January is dedicated to raising awareness about this difficult topic. The Valley Today's Abby Furchner is live from Unseen in Fargo this morning with more. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning, Lisa and Jordan. I'm here with Paul Finstead, the development officer here at Unseen, and I know January is a very important month, and it's a big month. It's Human Trafficking Awareness Month. Why is it so important that we dedicate a whole month to raising awareness for human trafficking?
Well, I don't think many people are aware just how big the issue is. 40 million people trafficked each year. 10 million are kids. And obviously, a lot of that trafficking goes on at other places than the United States, but the United States is affected by it too.
Yeah.
And so really important to let people know those statistics and then let people know what we're doing about it.
Yeah, and so what is Unseen doing about it? I know some people may not know about your nonprofit. This might be the first time hearing about it. How are you guys helping combat this?
Well, first of all, we're Fargo-based, which might surprise a lot of people. We're right here in Fargo in the Sons of Norway building in downtown Fargo. But we accelerate the fight against human trafficking. So we work with some of the best partners around the world to do this. Right now we have 36 partners in 36 countries.
Wow.
And they impacted the lives of over 3.3 million people last year, which is incredible.
And so what are some of those resources that you're giving them?
Yeah, what we do is we'll provide any kind of material, that printed material or other material that they need to be successful with what they're doing, marketing or fundraising. We'll help teach them the skills of fundraising and really tweak what they're doing to make them more effective. Wow. And then we'll put together a plan, we'll roadmap for them, if you will, and set up a plan for them to be successful in that regard. So for every dollar that we're investing in our partners right now, they're getting $3.67 back. So a 367% return. We feel pretty good about that.
Absolutely. I think it's just so cool to have a local organization reaching so many people and helping millions around the world. And that just shows that just raising a small bit of awareness can really benefit in the human trafficking area and really help bring those people to safety.
Abby Furchner reporting live. Great conversation today. Thank you.
America celebrates civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. today, and here are a couple of events going on in the FM Metro. Concordia College is hosting a series of events all day. The first is a keynote speaker at 9:45 this morning at the Memorial Auditorium. There's another speaker at 1:30, also in the auditorium, as well as breakout sessions all day.
Then tonight at 6:30, the Fargo Theater is hosting the annual MLK celebration. The Fargo Human Relations Commission is honoring Dr. King's life and legacy and is also recognizing local folks doing great community work.
Let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. That question, 31% of Americans have used this as an excuse to avoid working out.
The answer? No clean workout clothes. Hate when that happens. And you're going to want to put on a couple extra layers of clothes if you do have to head out today. Because, Lisa, it's one more brutally cold day.
Yeah, this morning starting off in the teens below zero. Factor in any wind at all, and we're talking some wind chills that are 20s to even 30s below. So we're really cold this morning and throughout the day, struggling to warm up. We'll be near zero this afternoon with some mostly sunny skies. You can see that sunrise as we're looking off to the east in the background there on our Storm Team Skycam network. But here's a look at those numbers. Down to 20 below right now in Crookston. It's 15 below in Fargo, 18 below in Grand Forks. Bundle up for one more day. We've got some milder weather ahead.
The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start. But remember, the Valley Today rolls on right now on the Fargo CW.